The Maze Runner by James Dashner. Imagine waking up in the hollow darkness of a metal box, where you are without any memories other than your first name. What would you do? How would you react? For Thomas, this is the first cold memories of his life in the maze. James Dashner's thrilling and suspenseful story, The Maze Runner, has touched the thoughts of many young adults, including me. Thomas originally started out in that hollow metal box, but eventually the doors do open, and he does find a way out. This is where he meets the Gladers and is welcomed into the maze, or the Glade, for the first time. The Glade is where about 50 boys live and survive. He later learns that the Glade is their home, and they arrived there in the same way, just as he had. All they know is they have no memories of any of their life before the Glade, and just know their first name. There's no way to escape the tremendous ivy-covered walls of stone that make up the maze. He learns he is not any more special than any other Glader that has arrived. But the next day, the first girl ever to arrive at the Glade arrives. Not only is she the first girl, but she also arrives a whole month early. She changes everything they know about the Glade, and everything they've ever known. Also, there are grievers out to get them to create a new twist in the story. They have to find their way out, but how? For Thomas and the other Gladers, this is a question they've been asking themselves for a while. I thoroughly enjoyed reading every second of The Maze Runner, and am in the midst of reading the others. Yes, The Maze Runner has been made into a trilogy. The other books in the series, or trilogy, are The Scorch Trials and The Death Cure. The Death Cure just came out on October 11th of 2011 this year, and The Scorch Trials came out a year earlier. The fact that these books are a type of realistic sci-fi makes the package all the better for me. The book has a lot of sci-fi in it, but the book also has that realistic aspect that keeps the storyline relatable to the real world today. The events that will unfold in the maze of this book will help with that aspect. Also, this book is based in the future. I am someone who really does like to read in the future setting. Books that are similar to the realistic sci-fi future setting are The House of the Scorpion and Life as We Knew It. Both of these books I have read and thought they were very good. So if you've read those books, then you might actually like this book as well. The characters are another great reason that I love this book. The characters were planned very well and in great detail. The relationships between Thomas and all the other characters mentioned in the book were also planned brilliantly. Every character in the book has something having to do with Thomas and his survival in the maze. The relationships and connections throughout the book help string everything together in The Maze Runner. The maze was also very vital to the process of the book and the storyline, in my opinion. I think the book personally would be a flop without all of the detail and the relationships between the characters, because that's what left me interested for the entire book. I thank James Dashner for that. James Dashner has a very unique writing style that I loved and adored. He first of all writes in short chapters that make you feel like you're reading more than you are, which for some people isn't very good, but to me, I really like it. This way I always have somewhere to stop instead of right in the middle of the chapter, like some books. Also, when he writes a chapter, he throws something new at you right at the last second, making you want to keep on reading to find out what happens in the next chapter. This keeps happening throughout the entirety of the book, making you want to just keep on reading it over and over and over, because something new just keeps on slapping you in the face at every turn. Another thing that he does in this book and in the others of the trilogy is he created his own type of Glader language. He uses words like good that instead of that's good. Another two words that he uses in the book are shuck and shank. These are another way of saying stupid or jerk. I think that this aspect makes the book very fun and interesting to read. The Maze Runner is an amazing book, and I recommend it to anyone who would want to read it, from teens and up. It has so many wonderful and humorous moments, as well as some thrilling action and wicked suspense. Will Thomas and the Gladers ever find a way out of the mysterious maze? I think you're going to have to read to find out.